Welcome to English Country Life. We're following Cinnamon, one of our broody hens, through her breeding season. We've seen her incubate, we've seen her hatch, and now she's behind me with some of her older chicks. This week Cinnamon is preparing to make her chicks independent. So let me show you what to expect when that happens. Welcome, my name's Fiona. We're working with Chrissy and Holly, who are Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, the brilliant podcasters, and a link to their podcast is in the description down below. We're following Cinnamon, one of our broody hens, and discussing aspects of that brood with Chrissy and Holly. We've seen Cinnamon incubate, hatch, and now she's raised those chicks almost to independence. At the same time we've been following Cinnamon, we've had a number of other broody hens. Rowan, another broody hen, she hatched on the same day as Cinnamon. Frankie hatched 2 days later, and then we had another hen called Hazel who hatched a week later. All of those other hens have already made their chicks independent, but Cinnamon's not quite there, she's just preparing. But that allows us to show you different stages of making the chicks independent. So let me show you what will happen so that if you use a broody hen in the future to hatch your chicks, you know what to expect. When the chicks are very young, the broody hen will teach them where to find food and what that food looks like. This is Cinnamon 2 weeks after the chicks have hatched, and this was the call that she would make to signal that she has found food. By the time that Cinnamon begins to think about making the chicks independent, she simply eats the food when she finds it. She no longer calls the chicks, as they know what is safe and nutritious to eat by this point. This is one of the first signs that a broody hen may soon make the chicks independent. At hatching time, the chicks stay close to the brood hen. They're very vulnerable at this stage, but as they start to grow, they will explore further and further away from her, becoming more and more confident. By the time that the brood hen is thinking about leaving the chicks to make them independent, she will simply ignore the chicks during the day. She won't gather them together, she won't follow them. But you will find that the chicks will still be in her general area because they want to be close to her, but she will just simply ignore them. Broody hens who are looking after chicks won't poop in their coop. This is an evolutionary instinct to reduce the risk from the faeces to the chicks of infections like coccidiosis or transmission of worm eggs to the chicks. I do need to make the point that the risk is not eliminated, only reduced. When you start finding this in the coop, adult poop, it's a sure sign that the hen is near to making the chicks independent. Once independence arrives, the chicks still want to be around the hen to sleep. All through the brood period, the chicks will snuggle up to the brood hen for warmth at roosting time. But once independence time comes, roosting is when the brood hen will drive the chicks away. It could happen in one of two ways. If you have a coop where adults normally sleep, and the hen will return there and drive any chicks that follow her away. The second way is demonstrated by Frankie. She's decided to stay in her brood coop and instead exerts her authority over the chicks. Essentially, she's telling them she's not their duvet anymore. Frankie isn't hurting the chicks. Her pecks are not causing any injury, but they are enough to startle them and for them to realise that she's serious about not wanting them to snuggle close to her. Some of Frankie's chicks give up trying to get into the coop and instead relocate to Cinnamon's coop. The vast majority do go into the coop with Frankie. She's not trying to drive them out of the coop completely. She's just trying to say, I'm in control and know your place in the pecking order. And there you have it. That's the last instalment of our series of Broody Hen season. I hope that's answered all your questions of raising chicks using broody hens. But if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you've liked this content, take a moment and give me a thumbs up below. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, come over and join us. Hit subscribe and the bell icon. You'll be notified of every new video as soon as it goes live. We've got lots of content around the smallholder and homesteading lifestyle. So there's grow your own, fruit, veg, food preserving, and of course brilliant chicken content. If you haven't listened to Chrissy and Holly on their fantastic podcast, Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a link to that is in the description down below. And if you'd like any of our branded merchandise, which includes our fantastic t-shirts, head on over to our website, englishcountrylife.com, where you'll get details of everything that's available and how to get hold of them. But for now, thanks for watching and we look forward to seeing you next time.